The Man Who Went Too Far by E.F. Benson. The little village of St. Faith's nestles in a hollow of wooded hill up on the north bank of the River Fawn in the country of Hampshire, huddling close round its grey Norman church, as if for spiritual protection against the fays and fairies, the trolls and little people, who might be supposed still to linger in the vast empty spaces of the New Forest, and to come after dusk and do their doubtful businesses. Once outside the hamlet, you may walk in any direction, so long as you avoid the high road which leads to Brockenhurst, for the length of a summer afternoon, without seeing sign of human habitation, or possibly even catching sight of another human being. Shaggy wild ponies may stop their feeding for a moment as you pass. The white scuts of rabbits will vanish into their burrows. A brown viper, perhaps, will glide from your path into a clump of heather, and unseen birds will chuckle in the bushes. But it may easily happen that for a long day you will see nothing human. But you will not feel in the least lonely. In summer, at any rate, the sunlight will be gay with butterflies, and the air thick with all those woodland sounds which, like instruments in an orchestra, combine to play the great symphony of the early festival of June. Winds whisper in the birches and sigh among the firs. Bees are busy with their redolent labour among the heather. A myriad birds chirp in the green temples of the forest trees, and the voice of the river, prattling over stony places, bubbling into pools, chuckling and gulping round corners, gives you a sense that many presences and companions are near at hand. Yet oddly enough, though one would have thought that these benign and cheerful influences of wholesome air and spaciousness of forest were very healthful comrades for a man, insofar as nature can really influence this wonderful human genus, which has, in these centuries, learnt to defy her most violent storms in its well-established houses, to bridle her torrents and make them light its streets, to tunnel her mountains and plough her seas. The inhabitants of St. Faith's will not willingly venture into the forest after dark, for in spite of the silence and loneliness of the hooded night, it seems that a man is not sure in what company he may suddenly find himself, and though it is difficult to get from these villagers any very clear story of occult appearances, the feeling is widespread. One story, indeed, I have heard with some definiteness, the tale of a monstrous goat that has been seen to skip with hellish glee about the woods and shady places, and this perhaps is connected with the story which I have here.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?